Alright, and good afternoon everyone, this is Patrick and welcome back to Underdog Dueling, where we take a look at hidden gems and archetypes that people might be sleeping on, and compare their relevance to today's meta. So, we are actually picking up from where we left off, where last time I did a Monarch Simorgh deck profile, and I figure it's time for some test hands. And kinda as we did last time, we'll see about playing out a few hands, and thank you so much for the kind words and the views on my Nephthys test hand video. I'm really glad you all enjoy, and I hope to do more of this. But yeah, we'll go in and play out a couple of hands and see what we can do. As always, if you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at Soren's Lair. Alright, so we go ahead and have our deck right here, and we're just going to go ahead and give this a quick little shuffle. Now, this deck is meant to lock down your opponent's extra deck while also spinning the cards back to the hand, in kind of like an older version of Flunderies, which came out a couple years after Simorghs got their full archetype. So it'll function similarly, in which case we're going to be normal summoning quite a bit, only not, 6 or 7 times on your opponent's turn to where they can't do absolutely anything. So we'll go ahead and let's see our first hand and see what we can do. We got 1 Ryza, 1 Simorgh Bird of Bringing, 1 Domain, 1 Calamity, and 2 Calamities. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. So what we can do at this point is we can actually go kind of full combo with this. We'll start off by summoning Simorgh Bird of Bringing. When it's normal summoned, you can add any Simorgh card from your deck to your hand. And at this point, what you would do is you've kind of got your run-of-the-mill, but I'd go ahead and go with their field spell, Elboars, which will facilitate all of your plays. At that point, you can go and activate Elboars, which gives all Wind Wing Beast monsters 300 attack and defense, and then you can reveal a level 5 or higher Wind Wing Beast and normal summon all Wing Beast monsters with 1 less tribute, and then if you control a Wind Wing Beast monster, you can immediately normal summon. So at this point, even though it's our first turn, and we'd rather save this for your opponent's turn, this does kind of help out with our plan just to get a big body on board. So what you would do is you would just go and reveal this to your opponent. It now only requires 1 less tribute, and at this point, since you control a Wind Wing Beasts, you can immediately normal summon, so you can just tribute off Bird of Bringing to bring out Ryza, a 2800 body, straight to the field, and then what you can do is activate Bird of Bringing's effect if you want to bring it back into defense mode since your opponent wouldn't control anything, or you can just leave it in the graveyard until you get one of your other Simorgh monsters out on the field. After this, you can go ahead and end your turn, or you can go ahead and swap out Elboars for Domain of the True Monarch. Since you have no cards in your extra deck and you are the only player that controls a tribute summon monster like Ryza, your opponent cannot summon from the extra deck. So this in turn kind of locks them out. And unless they destroy this right away, or destroy Ryza right away with some like Raigeki or Harpy's Feather Duster in the case of this, you might be kind of screwed. Otherwise, they can't access their extra deck, which most people really want to do, which means you are pretty safe. And we'll go ahead and do a second hand because this is just kind of a general lockout. Let's see if we can't get any other hands that might work on your opponent's turn. This is a deck that you kind of want to go first just so that we can start getting everything set up, though there are a couple cards like Unexplored Winds from Flunderies that does, and Escalation of the Monarchs that will help you clear your opponent's board if you do end up going second. So, our next hand has a 1 Ryza, 1 Bringing, 1 Perfection, 1 Bringing Beginning, and 1 Escalation of the Monarch. Okay, yeah, this works. Now, you don't have Monarch Stormforth, even if we win second. Gives us Elboars, which is actually not too bad. So at this point, what we can do, our play is very similar to where we'll just summon out Simorgh Bird of Bringing. You activate its effect as Chainlink 1 to add a Simorgh card from your deck to your hand. And then what you can do is you can, as a quick effect, reveal Simorgh Bird of Perfection in hand to immediately normal summon it. So, Chain 1, Chain 2, you normal summon, you get the effect off to go and add any Simorgh card you need. So you can go ahead and either add Simorgh Sacred Lands or Simorgh of Darkness. We'll go and add Simorgh of Darkness because thanks to Perfection's effect, once this resolves, you activate this effect, which starts another chain, allowing you to send any Simorgh monster from your deck to your grave, which can include a Simorgh of Darkness or really any other card that. So for the sake of this, we're going to go ahead and send. We're going to go ahead and send our second Simorgh of Darkness, just to get in the grave in case if we need to bring it back if we decide to summon it out from the hand. And now we can go ahead and grab our field spell, Elboar, thanks to Bird of Perfection. Now, while you don't have access to While you don't have access to Domain, you do have some pretty good options. So what you would do is just activate Elborz, Land of Simorgh, go ahead and reveal Rise of the Mega-Monarch to make it one less tribute. And at this point, you can immediately normal summon. So what you do is you go ahead and tribute off Bird of Bringing for Rise of the Mega-Monarch, and then immediately from the hand, you can immediately special summon Simorgh, Bird of Darkness. And then at this point, while you can't really tribute summon right away, you can go ahead and set this, and at the moment, to where you can go ahead and use Bringing's effect to bring it back into defense mode, but it is banished when it leaves the field. This gives you an Omni-Negate of a Speller Trap. This gives you a Speller Trap negation by just sending it, by trimming it off and sending it to the graveyard. Since these are all 300 attack points stronger, if you can't get rid of them quick enough, this is more than enough to swing for game, because you got 31, 32, and 21. Now, normally this only works for Windwing Beasts, but since as long both of these are on the field, they also count as Wind attribute. And we got our Bird of Beginning just kind of on standby. At this point, you can pass your opponent tries to activate a spell. What you do is you just go ahead and send Bringing, which gets banished, to negate and destroy. So the gameplay here is fairly straightforward. It also depends on what you draw. You can either end on something pretty decent with a few extra bodies and have maybe something on standby. But otherwise, go and do we'll do one more hand and see what we can do going second. So Bird of Bringing, Change of Heart, Bird of Calamity, Bird of Perfection, Forbidden Chalice, and Monarch Storm Forth. I like this already. So here's an easy thing that we can go ahead and do. What you would do, first activate Monarch Storm Forth. If your opponent activates a spell or a trap, or you can tribute one monster your opponent controls for a tribute summon. Then what you do is normal summon Bird of Calamity, Chain Link 1, Chain 2, normal summon Bird of Perfection. Bird of Perfection makes it to where you can go ahead and send, basically you normal summon it. Calamity allows you to pitch a monster from deck to grave, so you'll go and send Simorgh of Darkness. Then Simorgh, Bird of Perfection starts another chain where you can go ahead and send any Simorgh monster from your deck to your grave. So we'll go ahead and do, for keeping things simple, we'll go ahead and send Bird of Bringing so it can bring itself back, just to have extra body fodder. And then you can add any spell or trap. So we'll go ahead and add Elborz. Though I did, I think I kind of messed that up. Yeah, I did. Sorry, not Elborz, but what we can do is go ahead and grab Simorgh Onslaught. What you would do is you'd go and grab Simorgh Onslaught, you know, and activate it to ditch Beginning, and then you can go ahead and add you can add 2 Simorgh monsters. We'll go and grab, let's just say another Bird of Perfection, and then, since we already have Darkness in the grave, we'll grab Lord of the Storm. Or, since we're going second, let's go and grab Bird of Ancestry to be able to return a few cards. So, now switching that up, if you have Simorgh Onslaught in hand, then what you can do is, or did I mess that up? Actually, in hindsight, I probably should have done Simorgh Bird of Beginning to get an additional normal summon. So, and then Simorgh of Darkness could have been swapped for Simorgh of Bird of Perfection. So, let's kind of swap that around a little bit just to get the general idea and say this instead was in the hand and this got discarded. At this point, now what we can do is get the additional normal summon, say nothing was sent to the graveyard and you had this in hand. Then kind of what you can do is tribute off your opponent's monsters using one of them, and then just tribute this off and one of your opponent's monsters for Bird of Ancestry, Chain 1, Chain 2, summon out Simorgh of Darkness. Then the effect will activate, or summon it, Chain 1, Chain 2, you summon, and then you return 2 cards from deck to hand, and then if your opponent still has a monster, change a heart to get rid of it, and control it, and swing for game. Sorry about that little mess up. If you don't have Elborz or anything, or have no real way of getting it, go for Bird of Beginning just to go ahead and get that additional normal summon, because it may save your bacon. But otherwise, that will be it for these test hands. I really hope you enjoy, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Look forward to this being uploaded over the weekend, as well as a couple more deck profiles. But until then, signing out.